Hello, hello, hello. I am alive. Probably. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Good morning, everyone. Let's figure out what we're doing today. Still got a lot of work to do. I think a good portion of what's left is going to be is a lot of like rulebook stuff, I think, as I drop my pen. Oh, camera isn't active. Pro streamer. Also, my cat cam is active and it doesn't need to be. There we go. Knew I was forgetting something. Anyway, I think a good portion of what's left is rulebook changes. I do guess I also want to fix. Let's open it. Rulebook art. No, it's cards. There it is. I'd like to fix the text on this a little bit because the alignment isn't right. Just make it look a little prettier. That's a good thing to start with, at least, you know. Just to wake up. And then I have to do a old god symbol for null. And I have an idea for this. It's like one more element to add, and we'll see if that makes sense. And then I guess we'll look at some more, I guess, game design stuff. I guess we got the spells still, right? OR? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the alignment's pretty bad here, but also it's like we're running out of space, you know? Strongest, weakest, and unit gain all need to be moved over. By a smidge here. If I just do this and let them. There we go. It might just make sense to, it might make sense to just move this entire column over a smidge. It might be a little more difficult than I would hope, but and then we can move this one. Guess it's all of this. Well, these I guess pair with these. That makes it easier. Then we can just move this over a smidge. And then we move, I guess it's just the text, right? And then the question is, do we want it to be like this, sort of off? If I select everything, Oops. Why can't I find the dropper tool? There it is. I think it looks just a smidge better. It's not anything that really matters, but I think the best way to do this, is there like a way to replace all the color on these? Not really. No easy way to do it. Just gotta do it all manually. Would this look okay if it was... Not really. It's probably better being two rows there. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, I'm much happier with these new icons. They really do look better. Okay, that's done. We can export that as a PNG. Who knows where this is gonna save? Yeah, there it is. Oh, I'm so sleepy today. For the past 2 nights, I haven't been able to like fall asleep till like 2 for some reason. Art music's empty. We want to go to, actually it's not under art, which I don't know if it's a thing. I don't know, it's in rule books, which also makes sense, but it's like I keep forgetting that it's there. It's like, does it really make sense? Who knows? I don't know if this is really lined up. Let's see. I guess it can only be so lined up. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like it could be better than this. Okay. I think first order of business is just make sure all the text is the right color. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, the alignment's pretty bad here. Let's do... What's that? Set up a grid. A guide let. Oh, dang it. I always do that. Guide layout. Okay, that helps a bit. If you hit control, it clicks on the thing? Yeah. Flipping center is good. Is that based on the text box? Like if I try to align this, is it gonna align based on the text box or? I guess so. I could probably do this. Just help a smidge with alignment. What else can just hit this? What? No, you can't go out there. How many times do I have to tell you? What's she doing? Little kitten. Thinks she can go outside, you know? Okay, text is aligned. Let's do just a on center line like here, which I think is about where it was, but that's about right. It's gonna be hard to get these perfectly aligned because they're not quite perfect, you know, as far as sizing goes. But we will do our best to get these aligned best we can. That's pretty good. Again, these can't be perfectly aligned because they're not exactly the same size because the shapes are not the exact same, you know? But I reckon we can do a slight bit better than that. The abilities one is probably the best one to base it off of because it has perfectly straight edges on the ends, right? Okay, triggered effects. Like that, maybe? No, it's not right. Go there. Unit effects. Oops. like that. Which is all those, and now we just need to do defeated effects. I think, again, should be pretty good. That's good enough for me. And maybe there. Oh, I guess I actually need to add I just realized I need to add the old god card draw icon, which will not fit here, which means I basically just need to shrink everything down, I think, unless no, I think we just need to shrink everything. Because we maybe could squeeze some... let's just get it in here and then figure out how we want to add it. Cards... No, it's gonna be art. Card layout. Icons, there we go. One day I'll figure out my own file pathing. It'll be a good time. Was like 110. No. 120? Nope. 115. Okay, we need to go... It probably should go here. We can potentially move group 2 down here just a smidge. Might be enough, actually. If we do this, move... Move that there, move... all of these up just a smidge. This up to be even with it. Attack icon, this really... Maybe we do just do it one line. Maybe we just cheat and we make it like a 10.5 font. No one will ever know. I guess these are supposed to go in here. Why they didn't move with it, I don't know. It's because they weren't in the folder, but I know, but I don't know, you know? I think I moved it too far down. Okay, all this. All this. I just give it a small. It's kind of okay. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna take all the unit icons, remove these up, and then attack icon is basically this is basically this anyway, right? Should be there anyway. It does not seem aligned up here. I guess it more or less is. It's not perfect, but what size font is this? 11, and this is 11. Interesting. I almost wonder if this should be full caps. Nah, we'll leave it. I think that's pretty good. Oh, well, we do need the text. You know, I'm tempted to just do. You know, that's fine. I'm realizing now that this and these don't necessarily make perfect sense together, but it's okay. Doesn't need to make perfect sense. We only have so much room to work with. It's like the Old God deck, but I don't know. I don't know exactly how to put that without it being too, like, taking up too much space here. I think it's the best we're gonna do is just shrinking the font. Yo! What up, Seal? Nah, I think I like it better before. Yeah, it looks a smidge nicer. And that one's done. Eating foods, nice. Some brunch. Oops. Export. PNG. Done. Yes, I want to replace it. And then this one too. Went to the gym early today. Nice. Oh, wait, why is my... Sorry, my stuff isn't showing up. Give me half a second here. Oh, you know what? I may have turned it on too early. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now your messages should show up. In theory. Should have done the test. But yeah, nice. That's good. All right, I think those are done. What else we gotta do today? This is becoming kind of a mess. My patch notes here. We did the rule cards for this. We did the rule cards for this. Oh. We do have a bunch of rulebook fixes, although I honestly think that's going to be an off-stream thing. It's just not interesting. But I don't know, maybe I could do it today. Need more caffeine. Okay, I did that. Let's the few things we have to do is one is we need to we need to update or we need to nerf some spells. What did we end up deciding? Actually, we did... Yeah, we fixed this. But we need to do the same sort of thing for... That actually needs to be worded differently. No, I'm looking at it. Spells. The wording is not conducive to understanding, as they say. Problem is right now it just says disables to your heroes and doesn't say how to actually choose that. It should say of your choice. It's implied, but it should read to disable to hero of your choice. It's gonna want me to correct it to heroes, but it shouldn't be because that's how my spreadsheet works. So there we go. Ta-da. What else? Okay, so yeah, we need to basically do the same thing for, actually, I just realized I'm probably kind of quiet. There we go, that's probably a bit better. I forgot I turned my audio down for, recording some stuff. So that should... yeah, it's better now. So we need to do the same thing for Demolish and Scorched Earth. And then I think Send Reinforcements also needs some sort of cost. I don't think the rest of them need a cost because they're all more situational, but these are like just so powerful. I don't think every spell needs a cost. It maybe should be part of the design philosophy, but like at the same time, I don't necessarily know if it, like every spell needs to be nerfed. These are the big three though, these guys right here. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick, so give me just a second though before we jump into that. Okay, I am back. Okay, Demolish. Let me just, I can close these. I'm trying to think if it should like be related to your structures or if it should just be like this one's related, like you're destroying a monster, so you, what is up with you? My cat just sprinted. You have the zooms. Yeah, I almost feel like just disabling a structure of your choice. See, that's the thing. Like, if you're always gonna have heroes for the most part, right? And if you don't in this case, it doesn't really matter. But this one is kind of like, I don't know. I don't hate the idea of like milling cards, but I really don't have enough of a idea on how big a full hand should be, right? Or not hand, whole deck should be. An interesting one for this could be like it draws the cards immediately. Hmm. Thinking some of this through, I'm kind of like trying to process some of it. I kind of like this though. Scorched Earth could... I'm gonna try that. I don't know if it's necessarily the best thought. Are you eating a twist tie? You probably shouldn't do that. Yeah. Yeah. Here, play with. I don't have anything else for you to play with. Just don't eat it. Is that a fun toy, kitten? Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I think, sorry, got very distracted there with my cat. Let's see, Scorched Earth. Yeah, let's try it. I keep getting in the like rut of being like, yeah, this needs to be like the final version of the game, and I always do that, and I think I should be more okay with experimenting sometimes. Okay, I think that is a cooler, not cooler, but should be more balanced. Because, yeah, honestly, spells in general are just, like, way too powerful. It's just too free, you know? Destroy a Wasteland, but its triggered effects... Sorry. Destroy a Wasteland, but it triggers its card draw immediately. Is it supposed to be... This is an apostrophe, right? Or is that... Oh no, never mind. I'm dumb. It's card draw immediately. Does not trigger. Okay, cool. I think that works. And then we got one more. Demolish. I think I might do discard a card. I think I'm gonna try the modal thing. We're gonna try it. We're just gonna try a bunch of stuff. We'll try, I think, discarding a card or milling 3. Maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to think that through, because the, discard. 2 cards or mill 4. It should be a ruins. I think. I don't know. Technically, like, mill isn't like an official term in this game, and it's a very Magic the Gathering thing, but let's see. Do other games use mill? I was trying to see. Yeah, I mean, that just might be a key term that we need to like address at some point, you know? But I think that works. Which means I think I really need to, like, after this update, it really needs to be like figuring out how like deck building and that kind of stuff works, like, or some sort of God, what is it called? Like a draft mode, right? I think that definitely needs to be the like one of the things with the next update. I think that's pretty important. Just to figure out like what this even looks like, you know? Because using, yeah, like things like milling, being able to discard, or like basically, because your deck should be also your life, right? Which is just another lose condition, but I don't know, I guess we'll see how the game feels after all these updates. Transfer as many units from your cards to the player's cards of your... Honestly, I almost feel like just nerfing this to just be from a single card to another card. I almost think that's just enough of a nerf. Because this is either like... It's kind of like you win the game by playing this card. But I still like its functionality. I just think being able to move every single unit on a card, or every single, yeah, unit on all your cards is kind of a lot. I think I'm nerfing it. And I think I'll call it a day. The spell's gonna be a lot less powerful. Worst case, we go back to what it was, you know? Transfer as many units from a single card to trying to think how I want to word this. Transfer as many units from a single card to... I'm wondering if this should just be one to another or one to like a bunch, right? Is that really what this is called? Okay. Transfer as many units from a single card to a player's cards of your choice. I was gonna say another card of your choice. I'm gonna say to any player card of your choice. That just feels more accurate, right? Transfer as many units from a single card to any player card of your choice. To any single player card of your choice. Big nerf. We'll see how it goes. Spells are just too powerful in general, you know? They're just like, you use them too easily and there's never any thought behind them. It's like, oh, nope, that's the play. And it just feels like you're saved always. I think it might be like a huge nerf to just like the players in general. I feel like it might be a lot harder, but I'm curious to see how it goes. Okay. Honestly, I'm pretty fine with growth. I'm fine with the rest of these, honestly. This one has a limitation, right? So that's good. This one has... it's just not that powerful. And kind of situational. Like, you don't want to use it all the time. Now this has got a thing. This also has a thing. This is the thing. Charm, it's really good. I'm still not sure how I feel about the wording on Charm, though. I might try rewording Charm one more time, just for interactivity of it. Let me look at the... What do you not like about Charm? It's just the word, like, the wording's always a little bit confusing. And I added... So let me go or tell you what it is currently, and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking of changing. So it's take a minion and place it on your side. The minion becomes a hero. Attack and power level are ignored. Minion starts with 1 unit. My thought to change it, and I don't think this, because the problem is, like, if it becomes a hero and then anything that interacts with a minion happens, especially like a player, like if a minion dies, I mean, technically with Necromancer, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about like Butcher, right? If a minion dies while charmed by the player, it technically doesn't count, or it's kind of confusing to whether it counts if like the Butcher would gain units when the minion dies. I think it should, because it's still technically a minion, right? But Charm converts it to a player, or to a hero, and effectively it like it replaces all its text more or less. But I still want those like sort of interactions where it's like minions. Which I think that might honestly be the only interaction that really matters, because you could talk about Necromancer and Swamp, but Necromancer and Swamp also have hero gains units. I have a random idea. Okay, I'm ready. I have like a slight solution, but it's not really. Well defined, I guess. Missed my chance to test. How could this happen? You had so long to get there, and you just didn't test. What's up, Maximus? How you doing? Rather than Charm, you could have a Beast Handler or something that becomes, becomes domesticated. Then it becomes more of a hero and would have to worry about interactions. That is really interesting, like a pet class. Almost. I do love that idea. Charm is fine. I just wanted to make that a little bit more clear. I do love that idea though. I think that's a sick idea. I just don't know exactly how that would work. That is really cool though. I am writing that down 100%. I love that idea. You know me, I love pet classes. I'm in the wrong thing. Where is it? Beta cards. Just nice to have little friends, you know? I think Charm is fine. I could literally just leave it as is. In fact, I might just do that, but I had considered doing this, and I'll just read what I said. Take a minion to your side. This minion gains the hero tag. Unfortunately, tag is not like a term we actually normally use. And then says attack and basically the rest of it. Attack and power level is ignored. Minions starts with 1 unit. The idea is like that gains the tag, which means it still additionally is a minion, but Fire Wisp, Necromancer Boy. Man, I want to play more of that. Those were good. Good game. More Ember Knight. It's a good game. Ember Knights? Knights or Knight? Knights. But yeah, honestly, I might just leave it as is. There's like one tiny, slightly confusing interaction, and I got confused the other day about like minion interactions with Old God, but right now I don't think there's anything that actually does anything. I could make it so it's like a little bit better, like situationally, if I wanted to. Because we had talked about like like amplification tower affecting minions. It could be cool to just have Charm say that that minions gain units equal to their power level, and then that way if like amplification towers on the board, it acts better. But I don't think Charm really needs a buff, you know? But what I don't like is the rules being ever so slightly unclear, right? So like saying it gains a tag without saying like it also has minion interactions if it applies, you know, it just seems weird. I think this doesn't make sense though. I think I have to keep it as it was, because the clear. Oh wait. Well, that's a cool idea. Charm is already slightly unclear, and that makes it even less clear. Yeah, no, for sure. Well, then it just makes it like, is this not a hero? Where do I put it on my side of the board? It was an idea, but I have decided against it after thinking on it. So I've also thought about God of Destruction a bit more, and I'm partly wondering if I make it too powerful and just let it trigger its own death effect by moving cards off of it. But that's very powerful, so I don't know. Like, is it better to make something overpowered and then un-overpower it? Or should I just have it be weak and kind of meh? But I don't know. I know your feelings on this, Maximus, but let it be weak for a little bit. Yeah, we'll just see how it feels, and if it sucks, then I'll maybe make it overpowered and then see how that feels. But in theory, they kind of play off of each other. One's like if you're doing really well, and one's if you're doing really bad. So it's like, I think it's okay. I do believe the ability triggering the ability would be better, but not sure how powerful 3-unit destruction is. Well, here's the thing, because like you're still losing the inherent value of the card, right? Because if you have to destroy a card to get units, plus you can't place nearly as many cards as you used to be able to, so 3 doesn't feel too bad. I would say 2 might be better, but at that point it's like, because yeah, placing cards is the weakest it's ever been, you know? So I think that's kind of interesting. Better idea, release a DLC and make it overpowered so everyone buys it. Call it the Darius effect. Yes, some good League of Legends thoughts right there, yeah. So if it's 3 units, unit best? Best? Are you being dyslexic? No. Test. It's test. That's what it's supposed to be. Is good. That I'm then going to suggest 2 unit destruction can trigger its ability by moving. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. Because, like, one of the problems with it, like, having 5 units on death, which, well, was accurate, or, like, was good, like, well balanced as far as number of unit gains per card death, right? Like, the inherent value. It did mean that you could have infinite like, you could have almost, like, infinite health. Destruction, sorry. Gotcha. Yeah, honestly, I kind of think I want to try two and allows it to trigger its own effect. Since it still works, it's fine. Yeah. Destruction. Yeah, I forgot that you do that sometimes, which makes perfect sense. I just my brain apparently couldn't figure that out. I kind of want to do 2 in the thing. I'm wondering if it's going to be more interesting. But then I wonder if you lose, like, the feeling of, like, losing cards being a good thing. But even, like, having, like, a swamp and stuff still feels, like, decent when you lose a hero. You're like, I lost hero, but at least I gained a unit from it, right? So I don't know. Gotta get to work. See you guys later. See you, dude. Appreciate you stopping by. I think it'll be a different god altogether, but still. I mean, originally it was you gained 1 unit whenever anything died, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna let it trigger its own effect. It kind of still has the same feeling. Now, do I reduce it to 2? I think I do. Because, yeah, originally it was just if anything died, you gain a unit, which was just like... I think this is more interesting to play around with, and it'll probably be more fun for newer players, is my thought. Because it's like inherently this is how you play the game, right? It's like you can destroy the card to get units. I think 2 might still feel a little weird, but it's still technically 3 units, right? My mother is calling me. I am streaming, mother. Yeah, you're saying the same thing. 3 and unit move is effectively 4 units per card play, which is a little too powerful, I think. I think you're right. Yeah, I kind of forget that playing a card is equal to a unit also. So 2 unit move gets you 3 units per card played, meaning you're as powerful as humanity. Yeah, I mean, but you're still you're losing the effect of playing a card, right? Like how valuable is a card existing, right? Like how many units is it worth to be able to attack things or be able to generate more units per turn? Because humanity at least gains the benefit of having that card exist, whereas destruction doesn't, right? So it's kind of but yeah. It's a good philosophical question. You lose a card to get those units, but you can destroy that card at any point, and if the card dies involuntarily, you still get some back. Yeah, it's true. I think I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I just feel like, yeah, I'm playing devil's advocate here, right? I think 2 units is probably right, but And you're also talking about humanity nerf. Yeah, true. So I think keeping it lower is probably the right move. I'm just kind of more posing the question, what's the right thing? Devil's advocate is a good thing to have a discussion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I'm trying to decide like whether that's like yeah, like how that works exactly. Thumbs up. But yeah, let's see here. What was I going to say? Clear cards. Oh yeah, no, I think that's worth trying though. I think if it sucks, we just go back to the way it was, right? Or you know, back to the way it was, but kind of nerfed. And yeah, humanity needed a nerf too, so I'm very curious to see how this goes because the game could be like just so much more difficult. Because it's a massive player nerf. Like, well, not player nerf, but like the gods are nerfed, spells are nerfed, and old god is buffed. Like, it's gonna be really interesting to see how hard the game is now, because this is, yeah, very much a making the game harder for the player. I don't think there's been any. Has there even been any buffs to the player? I don't think so. But I mean, the player inherently gets more powerful the more cards that are in existence, you know? And like eventually it won't just be this. Don't worry, we'll manage. It should be hard. No, I agree. It's too easy right now anyway. So, the only thing I'm hoping is that it doesn't feel unfair, because that's like a lot of what I think people feel when they play the game is that, and when they lose, it just feels unfair for some reason. And I'm not entirely certain why that is. I think it might be because the draw phase is after your turns and you have to like react to it afterward, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll just keep working on it. Oh, here, we'll get your thoughts on this. So here's what I did for yeah, I don't know if charm, if I need to like fix the interaction. Sorry, before we get to that, I don't know if I need to fix the interaction with Butcher, right? Because technically if I have a charmed minion and it dies, does it gain an effect with Butcher, right? Because it's still technically a minion, right? But it's converted into a hero. So does it actually, you know, proc Butcher? That is the confusing question. But like, does it really matter? It's like, I don't like having that confusion, right? Even though it's like, okay, it's 2 units. I have found a break. Break? Is my brain failing? No. I don't know what that means. But yeah, that's the one like interaction. And technically we talked about like I said, you know, amplification tower and stuff, but the minion card does state that it ignores all power level and all that stuff, so what about Wrath? That means your minion could theoretically have a chance to get Wrath if all Old God monsters and minions are 1 strength. how do we, I feel like we reworded it. Did we talk about this actually? Yeah, I feel like we talked about this, didn't we? Or at least it happened, and I was like, what? The monster was... Oh, right, yeah. I forgot that we changed Wrath. It still doesn't actually say... Right, yeah, I forgot we removed it from minions, because it stays and waits to be played until yeah, waits to be played until a monster appears. Which is so much scarier. But it doesn't actually, it still doesn't account for if all the monsters have 1 strength. Wait, no, attacks immediately. Yeah, it triggers upon the next monster draw. So, well, I guess technically it doesn't fit that edge case, right? Also, strength should be... I really need to fix this in my spreadsheet to not say power level and say strength, but it's just gonna be a whole thing. If on the board there are 3 monsters with 1 strength, it's not perfect. Yeah. Or even 2 monsters with 1 strength. Monster with the highest power level attacks immediately if there are no... I was gonna say... We can change these to icons to make the text a lot smaller. God, this game is just like... It's just all clerical stuff. It literally even says here, Wrath should have an order. Monster with the highest power level attacks immediately. If there are no other monsters in play, this card triggers upon the next monster draw. If monster has equal power level, then player chooses. Chooses? I mean, it could either be player choice. I support player choice, or it could be the first attacking monster. Yeah, I guess that's true, but I feel like everything else is typically resolved by player choice. I'm trying to think that through. I support player choice. Well, let's just do player choice. Makes you feel like you have a small victory. Okay, let's see how this card looks now with that change. Actually, it's gonna need to take a second to fix itself. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick because I've been drinking way too much water. Be right back. Okay. Let's load this. God, it has the term monster so many times. I feel like I probably can simplify it. The monster with the highest strength attacks immediately. If there are no monsters in play, this card triggers upon next monster draw. If monster has equal... Should be if monsters have, not has, equal power than players. And player chooses. Players. It should say have and players probably. But or play. And players choose, I guess. Choose is a weird word. I don't know why, it just sounds weird. Choose. Why is it? It just sounds so wrong. Like, not wrong, but not right. Counterpoint, English is a weird language. I mean, true. Humans are flawed, therefore English is flawed. And so are most other languages in some way or another. I feel like there's a simpler way to put this. Like, we can combine like a line here, but monsters with highest power level attack immediately. If there are no monsters in play, this card triggers upon next monster draw. If monsters have equal power level, then players choose. I think I want to put if monsters have equal power level before if there are no monsters, because I think that makes more sense. But otherwise, I think it's fine. It's good enough. It's not... It's kind of wordy, but, like... What can you do, you know? I didn't even change it. Why does it do that? Okay, good enough. Right. Before we got to all this, I did want to run by, may as well run this by you because you're here. My thoughts for, so my thought for, oh, why does that even say on? I goofed. For Scorched Earth and for, Demolish. My thought for Scorched Earth is that it immediately triggers the card draw. So Scorch is a good idea. Yeah, so destroy a land, but it triggers the card draw immediately. Demolish, I was less sure about. I just said discard 2 cards or mill 4. I think most people currently will choose to mill 4. Mill is also not like a proper term in our game yet. But like, I don't know. I do not like milling. I don't dislike milling. I think milling will be cool when life decking is a thing. Currently, I don't think it's good. But I think it's interesting for... It's a, like... Milling will be cool if and when life decking is in. Yeah. I mean, maybe for now I shouldn't have milling in, but I think milling is cool because it's like I don't know, it's like investing, right? It's like I can have this good effect now. Sometimes you need more, it's true. Milling, I think, is cool because it's, yeah, it's like you're sacrificing your current state for potential future failure, right? Like you're yeah, I may as well remove it for now, but I think that could be a thing. Do we think discarding 2 cards is too strong? Yeah, I think right now it probably doesn't make sense. I think it will be cool when... Am I in the wrong thing? I'm in the wrong thing. Please don't tell me I've been messing stuff up again. No. Okay, we close this before we mess anything up. Two cards is too weak, in my opinion. What if instead it's... Because, like, I don't really like discarding cards. What if it's, like, you can play 1 less card on your turn? I think I'm null saying if you get to save your life by killing it before you can, at the cost of 2 cards, just 1 turn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. You do get 2 cards per draw anyway. I almost think, what if, yeah, what if it's like you can't play, you only can play 1 card next round? Because I don't really love, like, being like, discard your entire hand, or, like, because, like, I feel like 2 cards is, like... What if Demolish made it the player play 2 less cards in total? They get to choose how to distribute that. Oh, like both players. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think that through. Yeah, I mean, it does make it more of like a collaborative thing, right? I'm trying to think how to say that in a way that that makes sense to like anyone who would hear that, right? I guess it's just the players can play 2 less cards. Wait. Players play 2 less cards per or on their no. Okay, important note. You should find a name for opportunity to play a card. Okay. Like, farm doesn't make you able to play another card. It gives you a card play opportunity or something. Yeah. The problem with doing that is if we keep the restriction on... Well, okay, maybe. I'm trying to think that through. You may play 1 additional card of any type per turn. I think... I just feel like it's too... I mean, yeah, I mean, potentially. I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to think... Right, like, I guess, like, you may play 1 additional card per turn. Yeah, we're getting to the point where it's like we're probably gonna have to add like a think it through might be hard to word in a non-complex way. Yeah, I mean, like, it gets to the point where we have to like start making the whole like index of words, right? And the whole card types thing. Yeah, it'd be weird to like add that into the types of cards, right? That's the... Like, you get an additional opportunity to play, but you can't play an additional of a specific card type. But if you have more than 3 card play, then how do you... Like, I don't know, it gets kind of weird. Because, like, if you had... Because it'd be cool to gain additional ability to play more cards, but in theory it's at a cap of 3 because you already can't play more than 1 type of each card, right? Unless you have something like farm, which farm specifically states that you can place an additional card of any type. I do get what you're saying, though. I'm not... But we haven't gotten to a point where that matters until we get to, like, you know, other cards where it's like you can play additional cards. Like, besides farm, right? Like, farm is the only one that does that. God, the players are getting so nerfed the more I think about it. um, okay, what Tamales just says one player cannot play any cards this turn, and they choose who. That could be cool. Yeah, I'm kind of between like something like that or like each player just reduces their card draw by one or card play by one, right? Like all players lose one card play. I do like the choice thing, but it's already a choice to play the spell in the first place, right? Like, that makes more sense for a defeated effect, I think, than a spell. I think, because like losing card draw or the ability to play cards for everyone is still a discussion, right? Well, wording your idea is also kind of harder to word clearly. Yeah. Because you said loose card play is kind of not a thing. Yeah, it's true. Well, I think you'd say reduce the number of cards you can play by one next on your next turn. I think is what it would be. Because then farm still works and okay, let me just start writing stuff and we'll see how it goes. What are we talking about right now? Demolish. All players on. What did I just say? Reduce players. Yeah, it's card play. I guess I see what you're saying now, right? Like card play, it should be like a stat, right? It needs to be a variable. The number of cards a player can play per turn needs to be a stat, just like number of cards a player draws per turn, right? Yeah, it's nice, but it's kind of hard to do the whole, ooh, you can play two of the same card, but you can play with, wait, ooh, sorry, I ruined your whole joke here. You can't play two of the same card, but you can with farm. Ooh, yeah, true. Yeah, which is like where the whole like, maybe just the not playing two of the same card can get confusing, but and like you wonder how much it matters, but honestly I think we just stick with it, and if it just gets too hard, my joke is ruined by stumbling or wow. Ah, by unsubbing and never coming back. My joke was ruined, comma. I'm unsubbing and never coming back. See, I ruined it 4 times. You even managed to ruin my exit. Wow, yeah. I'm just not letting you exit is the thing. You're not allowed to leave. I need more caffeine, I think. Gold caffeine water. Nerds Club. Yo, what up? Aren't you the... Wait. Are you the person who came in here, called us nerds, and left that one time? How dare you? We are geeks, not nerds. I'm pretty sure I'm both. Damn, everyone calls you nerd. Not only me. But yeah, you definitely were. Yeah. I don't know the difference, actually. I feel like people say there's like a difference. I know there is like a scientific... I think like... I feel like it's the opposite of what I actually think it is, but... There is a difference, and people claim that there is, but I feel like it's so mixed up that it's like one of those words where it's like it's kind of lost its actual meaning. Like, my favorite example of that is the term bi-weekly, because it both means twice a week and every other week. Classic. Geeks choose their concentration over comfortability, while nerd chooses in a dork describes dictionary as someone who is stupid or ridiculous. Interesting. I don't know. Here we are. This is a tangent. How do we word this card? Dork is stupid. Yeah. No, dork is just dumb, right? That explains nothing. Someone obsessed is also their concentration. I think it's like a geek is like someone who is like a scientist would be a geek, right? It's like their concentration, I think, would mean like their occupation almost, right? Destroy ruins. All players may play one less card on their next turn. How's that sound? I think that works. All right, buddy, chill. Yeah, I was gonna say, no auto mods, huh? No, you can say swear words and stuff. But I'm gonna ask you to chill. Yeah, I wonder how that plays into the coaster, like dual streaming on YouTube. I'm wondering if that is can cause issues. Like with monetization, stuff like that. I wonder if I have to put like mod filters on that kind of stuff. Like ban swear words. I'll have to look that up. I don't think like, I mean, obviously you can swear and stuff on YouTube, but like, it can't get you demonetized, or not demonetized, but like lower your yeah, it's mostly monetization stuff, because like the more swears and stuff you have, like it will it'll potentially lower your value of monetization, right? Because they're gonna put less ads on your thing. Granted, my live streaming doesn't really get that much money, especially because I don't run ads on YouTube. But Destroy Ruins, all players play one less card on their next turn. I think that's a decent way to phrase it. In fact, I think I found it. I think I found the right wording there. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and just how do I do this? It's wild that whatever, forget, I don't care. Forget about it. Part of me is tempted to like have the thing so like text eventually goes away on on the thing too. Anyway, is there any other spells we need to nerf? I did nerf, okay, huge nerf to send reinforcements. I made it from transfer, transfer as many units from a single card to a single card or single player card of your choice. So one card to one card instead of all cards to any cards, you know? I feel like it's the wrong direction in terms of nerf. It's more that I feel like the card I feel like we talk about cost and not weaker spells. I agree with you, but I also think that, well, I guess technically that could be a thing, right? Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it could just be a cost to do that, but I don't know what like kind of cost. Okay, so here's the thing, like I feel like send reinforcements has always just been like a like for me, I've only ever played it to win the game, like most of the time, right? You play it, you throw all your units onto like one thing, and then you call it a day. But I don't know if necessarily, like, I don't know what the cost would be if we left it as it was. I've used strategic a lot of times. I guess I like have been using it more strategically lately. I think a lot of time I hold on to it for too long and I kind of just let it sit in my thing. You deny send reinforcements purpose. I'm trying to think that through. Like how I actually feel about it. Because like a lot of the time I feel like let's talk about the card conceptually, right? What is its purpose, right? Like it's great if you have a paladin with like 10,000 units on it or a druid with a bunch of units on it and you want to throw it onto a monk, right? Activating the other player's unit effects, saving cards' lives, letting you kill them is some huge cards you couldn't have. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm just thinking that through. Yeah, I guess like I mean, it's really a trading post, but like a instant effect, right? It's a trading post, but you can move all the units anywhere. Yeah, maybe you're right. But like, is that effect just too powerful on its own? I guess not, right? Like, especially if you give it a cost. Yeah, I guess that's the whole point of giving it a cost. Deal with a small cost, yeah, small to medium. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's talk about what that cost is then. I'm trying to think what I would go with. I don't think it can be units, right? I mean, it could be. It could be like it halves your units or something crazy. That's obviously too much, but like, I don't think it could be a unit cost. Or it could just be like, you know, you lose X number of units, I suppose. Hey, knock it off. No scratching the carpet. Yeah, no. Okay, rolls around. You gonna stay there? What if it's 3/4 of the units you move? I don't like... Honestly, I don't like doing fractions unless it's like half. Luna! Look at her just like being like a exorcist cat. She's just like arching backwards. I love it. Okay, fine. We'll give you pets. Come here. Yeah, you earned them. You earned those pets. There we go. Yeah, you can lose 1 unit for every 3 units moved. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's decent. If you move 2 units, it's free. Interesting, yeah. I guess the only... Okay, you moved. Oh, you gotta move on me, kitten. There we go. The only question is, where do you lose units from, right? Transfer as many units from your cards to player cards of your choice. And what if you move your units to your own cards? And like, does that mean you can move 2 units off of 3 different cards and it would still be free? Because it's treating units like saying you lose 1 unit for every 3 units moved. Treats units almost as like a collective, right? That's the only confusing part about it, I would say. What if you move units into a pool and then distribute them? And you lose units from the pool. Let's pretend like that's what we're doing and write it out for a second. Move units into a pool. I don't know if pool is going to be the right term, but let's just let's write this out. You may then allocate those units to any player card. You lose for every 3 units moved, you lose 1 unit. Like, this is where it would make sense to divide the whole number by 3, but like, I'm just not like a huge fan of like division or multiplication past 2, you know? Just in a game that you have to mentally calculate yourself. I like that idea, though. I'm just trying to think of a way to word that where it makes more sense and is as middle schoolers chanting, Pete's can't do math, Pete's can't do that. I can't, well, it's honestly not even me. Like, obviously I can do math, but no, it's honestly more about other people who can't do math. Like, there's a lot of people who just on a fundamental level just hate any math. My last job I did was I worked at like a materials distributor. We sold like silicone and like urethane and epoxy and that kind of stuff. And a lot of people had like to like make like molds and stuff, like mold boxes, or like fill those molds with resin and stuff like that. You had to do a lot of geometry, and there's like a lot of people who would come in and you're like, yeah, well, you just, you know, you cross multiply and do this, and people were like, you know. So I don't know. There's so many people who just can't do math, and on top of that, just don't want to do math. Honestly, if you can't do 57 divided by 3, do not play any game I produce. Yeah, well, yeah. That's my point. Like, there's not a lot of people who would want to do that. Not a lot of people, but there are a lot of people who would not want to do that, is what I mean. So I really don't want to have division by 3. That's why I kind of am like, that's kind of like an unspoken design philosophy for me, that it's either doubling or halving, and not, you really try not to divide by 3 or even multiply by 3. Like the farm used to for every unit you had on the, or not farm, village was every unit you had on the farm, every 3 units you had on the farm, you gain it. Why do I keep saying farm? Village. Every 3 units you have on the village, you gain an additional unit. And that was like, not only was that just confusing, but like, especially with like turn order and all that kind of stuff. But, I don't know. I guess that was more of a wording thing than it being really a problem. BRB, cool. I'm gonna think about this for a second. I'm gonna contemplate it all. Move units into a pool. Move units into a pool if you... I'm trying to think of like a better mathematical way to do this. Not mathematical, but... I really don't like dividing it by 3. I think lose is the wrong word here. So move units. The pool is also a confusing term because it's not like a term that's particularly, it's not like something we use, right? I don't know if I like it. I like the idea of using number of units, right? I almost wonder if I do it like fourths instead, just because that way it feels... It's easier to divide even numbers, right? Well, I guess it doesn't actually matter, because if you do an uneven number... Yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, it's a lot of weird min-maxing there, too. Transfer as many units from your cards to player cards of your choice at any time. I wonder if, like, something like you lose 1 unit for every card you have. That's, like, much more... Oh, man. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Okay, let me think this through. I know I've said it like 12 times, but... You hath returneth. I've made 0 progress. I'm fumbling here. My only thought was like, which is a much more of a nerf, like you would lose 1 unit for every card you have. Or like every card you has loses 1 unit but cannot go below 1, right? That's like an easier way to do it, but it also brings like weird interactions where it's like you could do it during allocation phase and just move everything onto 1 card and then do it and then move everything. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I just really don't like dividing by 3 as just like a conceptual thing for armies against entropy. I don't hate like losing 1 unit for every 3 you move, but the problem is it does like, I guess you could say that by putting into a pool, but the pool also is confusing because we don't use the term pool anywhere else. I mean, I suppose it's just pretty obvious, right? But hey, what are you doing? I actually do like it having a unit cost though. Wait, how do we do trading post? Remove 5 units from any number of cards you have. You may now move units from this card during the Old God phase. What if, hold on, that's giving me ideas. What if I mean, hold on. What if we word it like this? And maybe it's just a wording thing then. So you have the original thing. You may transfer as many units from cards of your choice to... Why is this worded so weirdly? It's not. I just can't read. Transfer as many units from your cards to player cards of your choice at any time. For every 3 units you remove, or you move, remove 1 unit from any card of your choice. I think it was a wording thing I was struggling with there. Do we like that better? I know you're totally fine with division, but I feel like that... Dyslexic man fixes wording issue. Yes, I like it. I think it sounds better to your average person who doesn't like math. Like, yeah, it doesn't say, yeah, I mean, you could, in theory, just do it, like, put it in a pool, divide it by 3, and then call it a day. But for your normal people who can't handle math but only can handle counting, I think it works better. For every 3 units you move, remove 1 unit from any card of your choice. Which is interesting because technically you could move units from your cards, but remove the unit. Like, you can move units from one of your cards to another one of your cards, but take the penalty cost from your ally if you really wanted to. Make an overpowered card, but you're required to solve the Putnam equation to play it. Honestly, it's funny. I read that correctly because my dyslexia filled in all the stuff that you missed. My compensation worked in favor for this time. Yeah, I kind of like how you pointed out that if you only move 2 units, it's technically free. I think that's kind of fun. So, like, obviously, you know, moving 2 units isn't that big of a deal, but if you want to save a card real quick, you could use Send Reinforcements and not feel super bad about it because you're not taking, like, the full punishment of it. All right, I think I'm gonna hit the bathroom one more time, and then we're gonna finish up. Maybe buy some art. There's a few little art things I want to do. Well, we'll double check and see if any of the spells need any more work, and then we'll go from there. Give me a sec. Be right back. Okay, here we are. We're back. So let's something in the stream chat. The total of all real numbers C is the cost. Send Reinforcements now. There you go. This is how the card should now function. It should have this in the text. This is like your typical Magic card, you know. Oh, I was gonna say this seems wrong. I guess I never had on Send Reinforcements. Transfer as many UNT from your cards to another player's cards of your choice at any time for every unit. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that the symbols are in there. Okay, yeah, is there any other spells that need a cost? I feel like most of them are fine. Magic Missile has always felt fine because it's got a requirement. Its cost is just that it's not too powerful, right? Raise an army feels fine, I think. I don't think it really, like 5 units doesn't, like maybe give it a card discard if anything. Yeah, Banshee Missile is not that powerful most of the time. Yeah, it's the fact that it has a requirement, right, makes it nerfed enough that it doesn't need a cost. Raise an army, I could see maybe giving it like a card discard, but I don't know if it even needs it. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. Okay. Discard a card. Okay. Good, done. Charm probably technically needs a nerf, but I don't want to put more words on it. So it might just be how it is, you know? It might just be what it be. What are you doing? Hi. Ha, ah. I almost caught her. I don't know if you saw her little tail fluff by, but yeah, I think Charm is just too complicated to give any sort of nerf. Or not nerf, but you know what I mean. A cost. Yeah. Sending reinforcements to be fixed. Mage's Shield, like... I don't know. I kind of don't want to, give it a cost. I know it's, like, super powerful, but it's, like, one of the more situational cards. Like, it's not something you just use immediately, right? I mean, nor is send or raise an army, but it could maybe get a discard a card. I could see that. Give it a cost, player nerf. Okay. It just feels weird not nerfing Charm if I'm like, or, you know, not... I mean, I could just make people discard a card for Charm, discard a card for this. It could just be the inherent, like, discard a card for... I wasn't even... Well, Charm just has too many words. That's my... I'm just worried about putting anything on here that's complicated. This is my biggest worry, is it's already like too much on this card. Although I guess other ones already have four lines of words anyway, so maybe it's just fine. Spells are bound to have more words anyway. What if spells use the triggered effect slot for... What if spells use the triggered effect slot for negatives and positives? Well, no positive, just the drawback. Yeah, I was thinking about that, honestly. That would be a good way to use it, right? Just a whole nother art thing. I mean, technically I could use like the negative defeated effect thing there, but it wouldn't fit. Not quite, at least. Well, maybe it would work. All right. Hold on just 1 second. Let's see if we can do, let's just cheat here for a second. Effect box. Let's make this a negative defeated effect. Ah. It gets scrunchied because it's formatted differently. This is giving me thoughts on like lore of like potentially magic uses like chaos and entropy as a mechanic, and that's why it's like illegal. I just think that could be an interesting concept. And that's why you would have something like this. It 100% does not fit. Well, it's also not like, hold on. Why is it not letting me move it? Oh, it's because it... God, this is so weird. Why does it do it this way? It does look weird. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The other thought, hold on. I don't know what I just did. Hold on. Is rather than putting the negative effect, what if, now hear me out. I need to just close this. What? Why is that not working? You can use triggered effect. I gotta say when this card is played. Yeah. Or alternatively, what I was going to say until this didn't work at all. Oh, I broke everything. I done did leave. Oh, I know I broke it. I know what I did. I hid this icon. Or this one. Your idea probably makes more sense. But my other thought was doing something more like just making it an ability, right? And then the like the main effect. The main effect could go in the ability. I think your way might be clearer. Well, like it could be like that. That's an enhancement from magic. Like that's how you could potentially do that, right? Enchantment. Sorry. Technically, you could do it like that, right? But triggered effect might make more sense doing it the other way around. Yeah, I like your idea better. The question is, do I like put all negative effects? Like this does not trigger. I think this does not trigger negative effects would stay, and all players. I don't know why I'm doing this here. I guess want to see what it looks like. Oops. Like that. I do not like that it makes spells more confusing than they are. Like if it's an ability, can I trigger it twice? Yeah, no, ability doesn't make sense. The triggered effect is much better. You're 100% right on that. Triggered effect could potentially be weird. Especially because these are like negative triggered effects. It does make it so we can't have anything like the old God of Abundance, right? Wait, card idea. Because you can't have like double triggered effects, because now triggered effects are on Demolish, but Cards with negative unit effects and triggered effects. I mean, yeah. That could be interesting. Yeah, having like downsides on cards, you can make them really powerful and then have like... Could also put positive on the triggered and a negative on the base. Yeah, that could be cool. I think for now we'll run with triggered effects on spells, I guess. My brain just thought of like a really weird concept too, of like a spell that's in your hand. Like when in your hand, this trigger effect applies, you know, like a... I mean, we don't have Abundance Shudder, thankfully. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever put like a double unit effect or like triggered effects in a thing, but there could be a thing that's like whenever a triggered effect happens, X happens, right? Like a triggered effect that triggers when triggered effects happen, you know? So that could cause a thing, but I think for now this is fine, and then maybe maybe this gets changed eventually, right? Well, it would trigger itself. Yeah, I guess it's true. And then, I mean, you could just easily say when any other triggered effect happens, this happens. Just like bridge, right? We had to put other in there. The triggered effect is that triggers the triggered effects, and the perpetual accelerator. Invented the unit accelerator. There we go. All right, let's do that for now. It may not be able to be a thing for forever, but particle. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to defend myself. I was gonna say, Perpetual made more sense, I think, is why I said it, you know? I'm just gonna, that's this time I'm gonna stand by that, you know? I don't know if, well, growth doesn't need a nerf. Nor does magic missile. Growth is situational enough to not need a nerf. Oh, come on. I still don't understand why you hate growth so much. Honestly, I find it a good card. I feel like you're gonna hate God of, what's it now? Devotion? Now that abundance has changed. Because they're like as situational as growth. Well, I guess it like gets your mountains active like almost instantly. Or kind of, I don't know. Destroy a wasteland, but it triggers all cards immediately. Okay, this would just have to say destroy a wasteland. Do not trigger. Wasteland. Destroyed wasteland triggers. I always spelled destroyed wrong. Oh yeah, actually, devotion plus ability. When I forgot the name, altruism. I can't believe I can't remember the name of my favorite god. I can neither remember the names nor what the god of, but I can remember what the icon looks like. Altruism, right? Ulrune, I guess. Sorry, left you hanging there for a second. I don't know, maybe it could be interesting. You could have like builds that use like if at some point I do have something that uses triggered effects and spells actually have triggered effects on them, then potentially there could be a build that works around that, and that could be interesting. But yes, Ulrune altruism, yeah. Cognitive enhancement, I don't think needs a negative now, because it draws as many cards as you like. Play one of your choice, discard the rest. You're still discarding cards, which is effectively milling, but I think that's enough of a cost. Again, it's not a cost now, it will be a cost later, but I think I'm okay with that. Worst case, it's you. If you just draw one, play one, it's free. Yeah, which is, I think, fine. Because, like, it could just be a card that's worthless to you, right? Especially if you have, like, no open lands and it's a structure, you know? So you'd have to, like, draw until you get something else. You could be throwing away a structure for no reason. I don't mind it being... What if we, the makers, invent the worst card in the game mechanic? Inverse milling. Putting cards from your graveyard into your deck? Where you instantly play the top card of your draw pile. I mean, that's basically what cognitive enhancement is, isn't it? That is kind of an interesting thought, though. Like a card that just, like, you have to play whatever the top card you have is. And if you can't play it, you lose. Just kidding. I'm leaving cognitive enhancement for now. I think it's enough of a cost that you like deter. It's like kind of enough, like the same sort of cost as like send reinforcements, where it's like it can be free, but if you decide to invest more into it, it costs something, right? I think I'm okay with that. Granted, it's still powerful, but if you play Cognitive Enhancement, you can't play the first card you draw, you die in real life. Exactly. Just like if you kill a Shade with Banish from Existence. Because technically Magic Missile negates the negative effect, but Banish from Existence technically doesn't, so. All right, we need... Charm needs a nerf. What is Charm? What do Charm do? I kind of like something that doesn't relate to like attacking or action economy or anything, because I think it's cool that it removes someone from the game, like removes a minion from attacking and also grants you like attack ability. I feel like it should do something unrelated, if that makes sense. I want to put AE as a mini game in a game I make, just so I can make Banish a Shade instantly kill the player. There you go. Yeah, game within a game. Make this like Inscription, like you're someone actually playing the game, and if you do that, your just player character dies. Okay, Charm needs one, Mage Shield needs one, and Teleport needs one. What if Charm forces the player who played it to put cards from their hand back into their draw pile? That's interesting. Although you'd have to reshuffle. It's basically the same as drawing, but less cards and more fun. But kind of different, actually. Yeah. You don't reshuffle, that's the point. Then it would have to be more than 2 cards, right? Yeah, it delays your use of cards, which is interesting. I'm just trying to think of the logistics of that. So you play Charm, I don't know, whenever, right? Like you can play it on your turn. I'm trying to think that through. Yeah, I guess that could be interesting. The question is how many cards. I feel like I feel like it should be more than 2, right? Because 2 is just like you're drawing those back next turn. And there's no punishment. Yeah, 3 or 4. Put 4 cards. Let's do 3. Put 3 cards of your choice back on, or choice from your hand back to your draw pile. Truly no punishment, it could be just the same as don't draw cards next turn. Yeah, I mean, so maybe 4 makes more sense, but it depends on when you play it, right? Well, sort of. I don't mind it not having a huge punishment, but when this card is played, put 3 cards of your choice from your hand back into your draw pile. No. Place 3 cards of your choice from your hand to the top of your draw pile. You could have interesting things where, like, you get Nefarious Swap and you have to reshuffle your deck, which would be interesting, which makes this, like, worse, but I think it's fine. Honestly, arguably, even if this was just you don't draw cards next turn, this is a better way of tracking it without being confusing, right? Yeah, it's like I feel like it's a better way of tracking it, right? Because then at least there's no thought involved. You take your 2 cards, you put them on top. Yeah, I like that. That's smart. Maximus being one smart cookie. It also makes don't draw cards next turn, but it's not relative to the amount of cards you draw. I'm always a smart cookie. Hey, you know what? I'm digging the confidence, Maximus. I'm the cookiest cookie of them all. What flavor? What flavor of cookie? Like, we talking like chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, gingerbread, if you're feeling festive. Raisin chocolate chip with hazelnuts. That sounds pretty good. I'm cool with that. Chocolate chip is by far my favorite cookie. I know it's like a basic answer, but man, it's good. Like chocolate chunk, really. Like, it should be a good 50% chocolate. Anyway. Okay, Mage's Shield. What do we think on that one? Honestly, I don't know if I've done hazelnut in a chocolate chip cookie. I don't know if I've done raisin either, but I'll have to try it. I'll have to try it sometime. I don't think I've ever had that. Sounds good, though. What if you buff Mage's Shield but give it a big negative effect? How would you even buff Mage's Shield, though? I don't think you can buff it without it just getting too confusing. That's my worry about it. It kind of has to be. No, you can't make it invulnerable because we've tried that before. Because then the old god just targets that one thing with every single attack. Like, if you use it on your strongest thing and there's only enemies that attack strongest, it attacks that card that many times. I'd rather not. Untargetable would be interesting. I'd rather that be a different card, honestly. I like the idea of it, but I think that should be a... I'm a cookie indeed. I'd rather that be a different card, honestly. I like the idea of it, but I don't think that should be Mage's Shield. I like where Mage's Shield is at currently, honestly. Yeah, let's give Mage's Shield some bland ass negative. Yeah, like discard a card or something stupid. Because it's kind of in like a good spot where like Send Reinforcement is, because it's like... Let me write down that idea though. Spells. Make card untargetable. That was so untargetable. There we go. Well, this shielded card becomes inactive next turn. I think that's good. Yeah. Until the end of your next turn. Yeah, I got what you meant, yeah. God, the player's getting so nerfed. This is gonna be so rough. I'm ready for it, but it is gonna be so rough. Yeah, I like it. I don't know what I just closed. Okay, never mind. I mean, the player has been too strong for a very, very long time, but I'm ready to play until I win the every old god shuffled game. Good luck. Especially because there's, what, 7 of them? Is that really how many there are? No, there's not that many. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. What am I doing with my life? In general? No, okay, disables the shielded card. I think disabled is the term we're using, right? It disables the shielded card until the end of your next turn. I think that's the way to do it. RIP players, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know why Intel I capitalized. There we go. Don't worry, we will prevail. Let's hope so. Okay, last one, teleport. What kind of cost does teleport have? Under the leadership of Cookie, the humans will succeed. They do call him Dalamus Cookie Maximus. Dalamus Cookie Maximus. That is what they call him. Move up to 3 cards in play from one player controlled to the other player. First one is destroys one of the teleport cards at random. That's not happening. I'm insane. Yeah, not your best one. No, just kidding. I would say my first thought was destroying a card, but like just like destroy a card of your choice. I think that's kind of interesting. It's like you're sacrificing something to teleport other stuff. The problem is that random is like not something we could ever do, right? Yeah, destroy a player card of your choice, sure, yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. Teleport can be really powerful, yeah, for sure. I meant it was my first thought. My first thoughts are always kind of not saying true. Also true. I really should just make sure I write this in Word so it has spell check. Like, I'm pretty sure I just... Yeah, I did until the... when this card is played, disable the shielded card until the end of your next turn. Actually, I didn't say that. No, I did. Disable the shielded card until the end of your next turn. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we will need like some sort of we still need some sort of like term glossary, right? Like destroy, people might think you can destroy a card in your hand, right? I mean, that is discard, but not everyone will know the difference if you haven't played other games, you know? Me and Kyle were talking about this the other day, and I was like thinking of like we're like kind of talking about like target demographic of this game. And we were kind of just like, it was kind of a joke, but it's kind of serious. But like, this game is Magic the Gathering, but you have like a girlfriend and you want to play it with them. It's like, I want to play Magic Gathering with my girlfriend, but she doesn't like have a deck and doesn't like want to make a deck. So let's play this game where we get to work together instead of fight each other. It's a good girlfriend game, you know? Well, that is exactly the demographic. Yeah. I think it works. I think it's cool. I'm totally okay with that. Okay, we have successfully nerfed the player into the ground and buffed the god into the old god into the sky. Magic the Gathering Girlfriend Edition. Exactly. Not only is it cooperative, but it's also like a dumbed down Magic. With like city building and like and resource management. It's just like Terraria, not Terraria. Stardew Valley. I'm just kidding. Well, I think the player can get nerfed a little more. I'm good for now, but maybe. Anything additional will be too much to nerf, especially because the old gods have just powers that we have no idea how that's going to even affect everything. I'm kind of worried about Destroy All Heroes from Goddess of Oblivion, but I'm good. No, thank you. My worry about Destroying All Heroes is that ruins just action economy completely. That one's gonna suck. I think I might have, that one's gonna have to change, but I don't, honestly, even thinking of it now, I think destroying like half your cards might be a better thing. See, here's the thing though, you can gain units back, whereas Oblivion, again, this is my worry about action economy. If you have 20 minions on the board, you lose 20 cards. How do we determine that this works? I guess the old god play, yeah, I don't know. Neth is supposed to be stupid broken, right? That was my thought on that. Destroying all heroes means all your action economy is gone, which means it might just be like playing the game until you can draw enough heroes, right? That's my only worry about that. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm just gonna leave it, but yeah, I guess Neth could be an insta-lose, but well, no, there can't be 20 units on the board, 20 minions on the board, because you have to kill the god in order to do that. So there only could be a maximum of four things on the board, right? Because you can't kill an old god without killing everything else. So, and then you have multiple turns to recover all that. All right, yeah, I kind of forgot about that for a second too. Okay, we've got a little bit, I mean, we're technically should be done, but I have two things I want. Cookie is on cooldown. You ulted too hard. We need, I want to do two things before I'm done. Let me do this. Goddess, or let's see, what is God of Nothing? We need a god symbol for God of Nothing. Now, the obvious choice is this is just it, right? Maybe just have some of the colorfulness in the background and have no god symbol, which I think is potentially cool. But at the same time, kind of like you could just do like, really every time. I think I have to change my like monitor settings for this thing to stop doing this. Oh wait, I didn't actually mean to delete the whole layer. Can you make halo effects in TTS? Or like, oh, hollow. No, I don't think so. There might be a way to do it, but not that I know of. Maybe? Let's look for the giggles. it'd be cool to draw the icon with nothing but just a hollow effect. Like it's only visible in certain angles. Oh, that would probably be way too difficult, but I am curious to see if you can do that would be pretty cool. Here, let's just see if you can actually do anything like that. I know you can like what properties can you change on a card? You can tint it, so you could just be like, here's a... Oh, it actually doesn't work on cards with textures like that, though. But does it not? I guess it doesn't work on cards. Change the physics. Material? No, that's... No, I guess you can't really do much of anything. Kind of a shame. Bounciness? Yeah, you can like change, like, I mean, it's a physics engine, right? So you can actually add, I mean, let's see. Physics. Bounciness. Apply. Save and exit. I don't think it works with cards. Well, maybe it does. It's also snapping to the grid, which is probably not helping. Yeah, I mean, it's still it slides better, kinda. Let's turn off friction. I guess bounces can only go to 1. There seems to still be friction. I'm assuming there's a limit. Oh, static friction. We gotta remove all friction. No friction at all. Yeah, bounciness, I guess, only goes to 1. I guess there's still some friction of some sort. It's definitely slidier, but you're right. I should flick it. Bat. Bat. Oh god. There's like a slight lip there, so it kind of stays in. That's beautiful. Anyway, that was fun. Anyway, no, you can't apply hollow effects unless there's like modded content that allows you to do that. All right, I drank a gallon of water. Give me a second. We're gonna ran out getting drunk at all. True. Okay. Here's my thought. Option 1 is nothing, right? I think that might be like just like, you know, having and then just do like some of the shading, right, along the I don't know what color it is. I'm just picking a random color. Like, you know, do that and then just have some shading along the, you know, whatever, right? I think that's gonna be kind of lame though, just looking in general. Could be interesting, but you know, here we are. It's kind of funny, but kind of dumb. Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Option 2 would be, honestly, I was thinking like literally a line, you know? That could be it. I'd thought about like a circle, but circles are very god, like the normal god sort of centric iconography there. So I think I want to leave that. My other thought was like, just like a, I don't know, for some reason, this was the symbol that came to mind. Why? I don't know, but that was just the image that appeared to me. Well, null icon, but cooler. What is the null icon? Oh, like, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of what we did with Oblivion, right? Because they're kind of same, but different. Right? Because... And maybe we just take Oblivion, change Oblivion, and swap it around, but... I forgot what Oblivion looks like. Yeah, I was trying to pull it up, but I'm failing. Oh, let's just do this. Old Gods. Oblivion. Oblivion's literally, you know, kind of that. Which maybe makes more sense for null then. If that's literally the null symbol. Problem is, you look up Oblivion icon, it just comes up with the game. Yeah, maybe we switch them. I think this sort of thing looks kind of interesting, right? I don't know what it is, but it looks interesting. Looks like some sort of rune. I don't know at this point. I mean, maybe null shouldn't be called null, or Oblivion shouldn't be called Oblivion, right? Because like it's kind of similar. Similar? Wow. Brain stopped working. Looks like an electrical component to me. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not right for this. I mean, they could be similar, right? They could be, if we're talking lore, they could be siblings. That's a light bulb. Right? Like... Line with a circle is almost the same as the light bulb icon, yeah. Eh? I am thinking I'm gonna swap Oblivion and Null, because I think Null makes more sense to look like the Null symbol. Yeah. I think I'm gonna swap that, and then we're gonna come up with something better for Oblivion. Because this is literally the Null symbol. It's just without, like, half the line. I mean, it also looks like an O for Oblivion, but, like, I feel like this is better for... Maybe? I don't know. It's all so subjective. This is interesting. Let's write Oblivion on and call it a day. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go with my gut. Also a message. That's cool. honestly. Is that like the symbol for light? Wait. Line with the circle is almost the same. Oh, like a, yeah, interesting. Circuitry. I was gonna say, is that what that is? It's like the opposite, yeah. It is a cool symbol, though. It almost also looks like a Pokeball. I kind of don't hate this, whatever this is. Maybe a little bit different proportions, but it almost looks like a magnetic field or something. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let me save this. Let me give me a second here. Sorry, I'm reorganizing my files here for a second. Give me a second. It's taking me a second to figure out my life here. Okay. Okay. Looks like you divided by n to me. Calculus is killing my brain. Well, maybe I did divide by n. Question is, what color do we do now? I almost wonder if we change this to a different color. Because I feel like Oblivion could... Honestly, Oblivion could almost be like... white. Oh, that's not what I was looking... Well, it kind of looked cool, but... I was thinking white. I don't know if that's weird. Well, this is nothingness. Nothingness is saying white. Like, saying... I don't know. This... But green might be better. Yeah, it doesn't quite fit. Sure, white on black is cool. Yeah, I mean, I think it might need like a slight tint of something, but you can make purple for the color of null. Well, sorry, this is null now. I'm changing this to be the null instead of, so purple would still be the color of Oblivion. That's my thought. Purple felt Oblivion-y. And this would be the new null. Now that we're just... That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that makes sense. But this is literally... My thought with this was literally the null symbol. Which is, you know, all you literally need to do is go... you know... Oh god, what have I done? You literally, you know, there, done. That was kind of the concept behind this symbol. Now, the interesting part about it being black and white is that it kind of feels like destruction, which feels related. But I also just don't like how it fits the card overall. So maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it should just be gray. Greenish gray? No, if anything, it would be a reddish gray. I don't know what color that is, but it's a color. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just drawing. I'm just playing. All right. That's null. This is Oblivion. I don't know what Oblivion is yet. I think we stay purple for Oblivion. Let's make it the light bulb symbol. I know you want to use it. I don't know. I kind of don't like the circle, right? Again, circles are very... Although I don't know. Maybe circles aren't bad. I don't know. Because like half circles are kind of... It feels like the moon. I don't mind the symbols being similar either, you know? God, I can't draw a circle to save my life. Circles are the enemy. Use Multigon. No. Milligon? Not Multigon, Milligon. I'm afraid to look at some weird shapes that you're telling me to use. It literally doesn't even come up with a shape. Oh, because I spelled it wrong. Still not coming up with anything. Is it just a... Okay, it's that because it can't, because it's a freaking circle. The shape with a million sides. Yeah. Gotcha. This is option 1. It feels similar to this, but I also hate this color. I'm gonna change it. It's not a circle. Yeah. Scientifically, it's not a circle, but to the human eye, it's a circle. I'm just playing in the space here. Was like the Control L or something? No. There's a way to like duplicate a layer, and I don't know what it is. Here we go, dividing again. I like dividing. What do you want from me? I kind of, yeah, I don't hate those, like those as like a concept. Five minutes ago, you say you didn't want division. Did I say that? I don't know. I changed my mind, okay? I don't remember saying that, though, to be honest. I thought I said I didn't want circles. I'm changing this while I'm thinking about it, because I don't like the color here. Maybe I do just keep it purple. Or maybe I try green, like you said. It's all semantics anyway at this point. I like this better. Make the U and N cross each other. Okay, let's try it. Like that sort of symbol. It looks like radioactivity, which is kind of cool, but or I guess it could be like that too. Just the radioactive symbol. Or like nuclear symbol. I might cross each other more than that. How more than that? Like all the way? I think this is too much. Thought. No, hold on. Please wait. I'm losing my mind. I feel like that just, I don't know. This? I don't know what you're guessing to. Finally a good-looking symbol. Jesus. It almost looks like barbed wire to me. I might draw it one more time. Just to see if I can do it a little bit better, but I like the idea of it. Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah, I think so too. Let me try just drawing it more, I don't know what the word is. More intentionally, because that's just a scribble, right? Wonder if I want the circle part bigger. That's like uneven now. Yeah, it's a cross and the same. Okay, let me try this something. I'm just kind of playing around here, but let me. Nah, I don't know. Maybe I nailed it in one. I don't know. I'm trying to be like more, like a little bit better at not always going with the first thing I did, you know? A lot of time I'm just like, yeah, that's good. And I don't go back and like consider it. So I just wanted to kind of consider that as a thing. Well, the god symbols are kind of not physical, so imperfections are kind of fine, in my opinion. Yeah, honestly, I mean, the style I draw in is typically, you know, not perfect, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I like the original. We're gonna go with it. Its size is a little off, but I just need to tweak that a little bit. I think it being imperfect is also better because it kind of gives a like a rustic sort of look, right? Like it's especially the old gods being kind of like imperfect makes it look better. More evil, right? There we go. Like, I was just like, I'm gonna do this for a minute, and it's been like 30 minutes. Okay. I think this is too bright, but I think we're on the right track. With the color, at least. I think the green is fine. Okay. Done. Calling it a day. That guy. This guy. Isn't it funny how much freaking time I can spend on just a dumb, a dumb symbol that doesn't mean anything? Oh, you also sent the Milligon, yeah, or Megagon, I guess, yeah, or both, I guess. 1 million gone. That's silly. Okay, let's get these imported into here real quick. And I'll talk about one last thing, and I think I'm gonna be done. Oh, I was like wondering why that wasn't in there. I think it's because of this, right? I have to insert a new, yeah, insert below. And I need to just redo this. There we go. I think this probably really does need to say until the end of next round, but we're just gonna leave it, whatever. Okay, right. In theory, this should just update itself once we put it in here. Okay, that should in theory fix everything. There we go. Null. So cool. Umbra. Nah. Goes Lina. Goes Lina. Still don't know how to pronounce that exactly, but okay. Lastly, I just want to take a look at this. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna place the icon here and then think about it. I was wondering. I'm getting kind of hungry. Probably should stop and eat. But last thought before I go. What if unit icon on here? You know what I mean? Not unit. Effect icon. Where is it? Is the question. Did I really not save it somewhere else? Spell. I just don't remember what I named it. Weakest, structure, strongest, power level, ruins, old icon, land, structure, basic eye armor. Oh god, what did I name it? I'm looking for basically the lightning bolt effect that or like the effect icon. Monster icon, monster icon. No. Basic, no. Curse icon, no. Defeated effect icon. That should be the skull. God icon, land icon, minion icon. Still minion icon. Monster. Land structure. God icon. Power level, ruins. Strongest, structure, weakest. Unit gain. Where the heck did I save this icon? I know I did it as a, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's pop one of these open, see what I named it. Whatever, we'll just copy it from here. The idea was whenever a unit effect or whatever appears, to have something like this just in the corner, which I think might be good. And then just kind of I think the way to do it is just pick an overlay color. And that overlay color should match this. And then maybe do any of these do anything? Oh, right. Unless you rasterize it, it doesn't do anything. Darken might be okay. None of them really feel like they do anything. Call me crazy, but I kind of like dissolve. It looks kind of like the like it's brushed on there. And then maybe like a drop shadow. So the drop shadow has to be like tiny. Never, it's distance. Nah, drop shadow doesn't work. But yeah, that might be a thing. Just putting an icon there. We're gonna stew on it. For now, I think we're done. I need to eat. No. Let's show my face. I think I'm gonna see if I can find anyone to raid. Not that anyone's watching on Twitch, but we may as well find someone. It's gonna take me a second. Just because you're forced to look at my face for a minute. I should get a zoom one so you can look at the cat the whole time. Let's look at the same category. Can I actually look at like same tags? Like TCG? That not work? I feel like TCGs, like streams, are usually people playing games though, and not making them. And a lot of these just... Oh wait. Is this someone using Dexterous? No. Lame. I think like Yu-Gi-Oh looks like looks like Dexter, like one of the Yu-Gi-Oh things. We're just gonna chill here for a minute while I look. I need to find more people. So now everyone just has to sit here and suffer. Even though I don't think there's anyone here. But you know. What about, I don't know, let's just look at game dev. I really wish there were more people who did do board game development. It's kind of weird being like, like one of the only people who does it, you know? I wonder if, is Tice live? I think he might not be. No. Womp womp. Usually he is on Mondays, so. At some point, I'm just going to just pick something, but. Let's do, TC, board game. Nope. last look, and then I'm just gonna pick something. Get TTRPG. See if there's anyone doing anything interesting with that. Not really. Well, maybe. Just maybe. What's this guy doing? Screw it, right in the sky. All right, everyone. Now I spent 10 minutes trying to raid someone, saluting with the wrong hand. All right, y'all. Have a good one. I will see you all on Wednesday, probably. Yeah, maybe. Might be weird on Wednesday. We'll see. All right, y'all. Have a good one. See y'all soon. All right, we got 10 seconds before it raids.